Are You Afraid of the Dark was one of the best 90s shows ever. However, with the good comes the bad. In this video right here, we're gonna look at the top 10 worst Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes that you can still watch, but probably won't enjoy. But hey, you'll probably get a good laugh out of it. Here we go. Number 10, The Tale of Oblivion, Season 6, Episode 11. A boy visits Mr. Sardo.
It's Sardo! No, mister. Accent on the dough.
He purchases magical items for his art class. He finds out that these magical items have the power to erase everything, including what he thinks is his life problems. This episode is more in line with what we think a normal Are You Afraid of the Dark episode is. It has magic, decent production design, except for this box of flamingos for some reason, and it has fan favorite Sardo.
Sardo is my name, and help is exactly what I have to offer.
But that's kind of it. The reason this episode isn't that great is because the main kid is terrible at acting. It seems like he's just reading lines rather than actually acting them out.
You're right.
It just pulls you right out of the story.
Got to get out of this business.
Number 9, The Tale of Prisoners Past, Season 5, Episode 5. Two unlikely stepbrothers help an old prisoner ghost reunite with his daughter. This tale throws a curveball at you because it has Mark Foster from Step by Step. I mean, how bad could it be? It's Mark Foster, one of America's favorite nerds. While the story is not bad, it's just boring. The brothers are pursued by a ghost, but it feels more like they're just being followed by a confused grandpa that is lost in a Target parking lot. Do you accept expired coupons? All in all, this episode is just below average. The Tale of the Jagged Sign, Season 5, Episode 2. Spending her summer break in a retirement home full of old people wasn't Claudia's first choice, but it turns out to be more interesting than she expected when a ghostly boy begins stalking her. As someone who spent a lot of time in retirement homes with my grandma, this episode just misses a lot of potential unsettling moments that could have built suspense or even just developed the story.
Pretty hair. Such pretty hair.
What we are just left with is a very, very forgettable episode. So forgettable, in fact, it's not even really worth mentioning or talking about, so let's just move on. Number 7, The Tale of the Hungry Hounds, Season 1, Episode 5. Two girls go into an attic where one of them tries on a riding uniform that belonged to a dead relative where her spirit lives on. To appease this spirit, she must feed the dogs? Ooh, spooky. Like legitly, that's kind of it. Cool story, bro. Overall, this episode isn't bad, it's just boring and drawn out, which is a shame because it actually has some very cool lighting and scenery. One of the fun things about this episode is this awesome set piece here, legitimately a dope design, and seeing all the throwback to Amy's 90s clothes. It's like someone in production smashed together Kimmy Gibbler from Full House and Blossom, and what we got was this combination here.
Why didn't you feed the hound?
Number 6, The Tale of the Manaha, Season 5, Episode 8. Jonah joins in on a camping expedition with a group of misfits. Wait for it, wait for it. There he is. Ah, the token fat kid camping. I just love the 90s.
It's for dinner. Pasta with a light tomato garlic sauce.
The pack leader also has a strict R. Lee Ermey complex.
You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up.
I can't go. I have poison ivy. What kind of wimp are you?
Any kind of wimp you want me to be, just don't make me go.
The campers also stumble upon an ancient legend which they awaken in the woods. This episode is considered one of the worst by many, but you know what? It's not that bad. It's just not that good either. It's got a decent story, and I actually love the legend's design. It just doesn't feel like a normal Are You Afraid of the Dark episode.
Lose it, chubby.
Number 5, The Tale of the Laser Maze, Season 7, Episode 5. Ashley and Kara are athletic twin sisters who are always in competition with each other. They find the ultimate game to test each other's skill, a unique kind of laser tag in which the winner gets cloned and sent to another planet to compete. Ashley and Kara must learn to work together if they stand a chance of escaping. This episode could have been great if they would have made the event they compete at something more unique than your everyday knockoff Chuck E. Cheese laser tag. My 90s teenage angst critic side thinks this story was just slapped together. Hey, we've got a crappy story, what do we do? No problem, we'll just solve it by slapping in some good-looking teenage girls because obviously teenage boys will love it.
Best of all, they're the originals.
Number 4, The Tale of the Gruesome Gores. Season 6, Episode 6. Two brothers become suspicious when their bizarre, flamboyant new renters/neighbors keep inviting guests into their home who never seem to come back out. Honestly, I feel like this episode was written for Erie, Indiana, and not for Are You Afraid of the Dark. All the co-characters in this episode are way over the top from their acting to their visuals. It's like the actors were told to play a caricature of a character of a character. And with that, you get whatever the hell this is.
You ruined my paint job.
This episode is such a letdown. It could have been something great. There is actually something genuinely creepy about an awkward pair of overly nice gentlemen that always consistently smile. It actually makes your mind wonder, but all we're left wondering is who's a bottom and who's a top. Funny side note, when I rewatched this episode for this video here, I actually had a Mandela effect because I thought this episode was a part of the Goosebumps series and not an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which makes me wonder, am I confusing it with something from Goosebumps? If you know, let me know in the comments down below.
Because if you don't, I'm gonna burn you like toast.
Number 3, The Tale of the Hunted. Season 6, Episode 7. A girl living in rural Canada is pressured by her dad and friends to go wolf hunting with them, but a mysterious wolf called the Blaze is about to show her the cruelty of hunting through an animal's eyes. Again, I'm convinced this is 100% not an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, but a rejected episode for some type of Hallmark channel out there. It's missing all the things that make an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode great. There's almost no mystery, no suspense, or anything creepy. There is nothing.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
It's just a story trying to teach me a lesson, which is fine, but save that shit for Saturday morning and not Saturday night when I'm trying to rot my brain and forget I'm not popular, nor do I have a date for Saturday night or any night.
It was inside. It's like a tornado hitting there.
What?
Number 2, The Tale of the Virtual Pets. Season 6, Episode 4. When all the kids at school start to get virtual pets, it traps and changes them in a very boring way. Oh hell yeah, shout out to Tom Stuff Computers. Luckily, Kate doesn't like these high-tech toys, cause, you know, it's the 90s and kids don't like change or technology for some reason.
Take it, it's fun.
No, I don't want anything to do with computers.
Okay.
It's up to Kate to battle all of her best friends and struggle to save her life and theirs. You know what? The idea for this episode is not bad, but the execution of the story is just straight up boring, and the Tamagotchi influence is piss poor. I mean, this is the best virtual pet design they could make? That's just a shitty dog JPEG. Ugh, and don't even get me started on the tattoos. Whoa, sick ink, bro. Wicked awesome. One of the reasons this episode ranks so low is the acting and the suspense in this episode are extremely dull.
What do you want?
There is no polishing this turd here.
Don't look at it!
Number 1, The Tale of the Frozen Ghost. Season 2, Episode 7. You knew this one was coming. A spoiled rich kid and his babysitter head off to his aunt's house in the country where there's a ghost haunting the place during the cold weather. There are 2 reasons this is the worst episode for me. Number 1 is it has Melissa Joan Hart from Clarissa Explains It All and eventually Sabrina the Teenage Witch. she appears in this episode, which bums me out because she is a good actress and this is the story that we put her in. She doesn't even get a chance to really show off her acting chops. And number 2, this ghost. Like, what the fuck is this? It's not creepy, it's not scary, hell, it's not even suspenseful. It's your everyday East Coaster out for a frickin' walk. What bums me out even more is this design. Like, did they only have $10 to spend on it? Are You Afraid of the Dark has become known for its awesome designs that are iconic. I mean, just look at the Ghastly Grinner, Zebo, Nosferatu, the Virus, the Watcher, and the Waterlogged Corpse. All great. But what do we get? This discount TJ Maxx don't wear white after Labor Day loser. Oh, so upsetting. You know what upsets me even more is Watch Mojo has this episode as a top 20 must-watch episode. I don't even know what to say on that one. Top 20, really? This episode has nothing but wasted potential. But I must say, it does have one of the greatest fall scenes in cinematic history. So, you know what? I guess that makes up for it. If you want to relive your nostalgic vibes and rewatch Are You Afraid of the Dark, or perhaps you want to introduce it to someone new, like your kids, you have 3 ways of currently watching Are You Afraid of the Dark: Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, and on YouTube. Wink, wink. I'll do you a favor and put all the links down below. And hey, while you're down there, why don't you do me a huge favor, hit like and subscribe, and leave me a comment on what you think are the worst Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. I would actually love to know. Now, if you need to wash the taste out of your mouth and see some good Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes, I've got that video for you over to the side. Top 10 episodes that still hold up to today. Just want to say thanks for watching, and as always,